Good morning, folks. We are in my garage this morning, and we're gonna look at turning this old expired 20-pound propane tank into something a bit useful. The idea today is we're gonna make a portable camp stove out of it that you don't need to use any welds to make. Just a couple bits of pipe, a flat plate, and the tank itself. Maybe a few hinges if you'd like. And that's it. So today, in order to make this a safe video, we're going to bust the valve off the top here with a wrench down here at the bottom, and we're going to fill it with water so when we start grinding and cutting on this thing, she doesn't blow up my whole garage, because that would be, well, that wouldn't be fun at all. So that's what I'm going to do first, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, folks, I did get the valve open. It took a couple bigger wrenches and stuff, but it worked. They keep these valves on tight, almost like they want people not to pull them out. And I gotta thank my boss, Bert Steenbergen from Steenbergen Construction, for the tank. He donated it so I can use it for this video. I appreciate that greatly. Okay, now let's fill it up. Hey folks, so we got the propane tank just purged, full of water right now, just so that we can keep this safe. So what you need: propane tank, one handle for your door, which I'm using a handle off a ball valve. You're going to want 1 or 2 hinges for your door. I'm going to go with 2, one top and bottom. They're nice, they're hefty, but they're small, so it keeps it a bit lighter. And a couple lengths of interlocking pipe. Now these actually have a push button tab, and they'll lock into the holes so that our chimney actually stays secured to each other. You're also going to need drills, impacts, and a grinder, and possibly a hammer and a rivet gun. I'm going to use rivets. You can use bolts or whatever. You can weld it if you want, but the point of this one is to not need the welds. So yeah, we're going to get started by marking out a nice door that we want to use. And in order to keep the door clean and working properly, we're going to mark it all out, make a single cut with a grinder down the side, which will be the hinge side. Then we're going to rivet the hinges on before the door is moved in any way, so that we know that the hinges line up nice and work. Then we're going to put some manner of a latch system in here, which will be probably just a through bolt, add a piece of metal that can spin and lock with the handle helping to maneuver that. And then once that side's cut and that's installed, then we'll cut and free up the top and bottom, so that we know right away the door works and is good. So I'm going to go and draw the style door I'm looking for first. Okay, so this is the style door on a 45 cut on each top and a nice piece up. Now I went a few inches up so you can stack your lumber and wood in here, put a grate in the bottom, and you don't immediately have the wood falling out of the door. So on this, I went 3.5 inches there, went up to 8.5 inches there, and then 45 to 9.5 inches. And I just went with a generic width that seemed a nice size to get lumber into this tank. Okay, so now I have my hinges riveted on. Now I used a 1/8 steel rivet for this task. It worked really nice. They're nice and solid, and the nice thing about a rivet, A, no welding, B, they can't come loose too well. They're going to hold tight and fast. They're not like a bolt where the nut's going to fall off and your door's going to get loose. And that's pretty handy. Okay, now I have drilled the hole and I have finished cutting it up. And now that opens quite nice. And as you can see, it makes a nice size. A nice size opening. Easy, big enough to put my hand in here and then some. Now it's got a bit of sharp edges, so I'm just going to clean it up a bit later. Off the door here and stuff, you get some burrs. You don't want to cut yourself open on those when you're using it. Okay, so we've now got a door that locks, unlocks, and opens. Works great. A couple self-tapping screws, nothing more. Works nice. Now, I put a plug in the top because I don't intend to use the original hole here. It's pretty small and pretty heavy to drill around and through. So I'm just plugging it up, and I'm going to put my exhaust out the back in line with this hole. Right up here, and cut a nice hole. Now I got 1.5-inch pipe because that's what I have. 2-inch would be preferred, but yeah, it's not what I got. So, okay, I need to put this up. Okay, so I have the hole in the tank and a pipe cut, nice length. Bit of an angle cut on the bottom so it matches the angle on the tank. Okay, so here it is. I've got that pipe secured on quite thoroughly. Got 2 rivets at the top there. Didn't find I needed any in the bottom. It's solid. It's not going to move. It's not going to go anywhere. It's sealed tight, but if you do want to caulk it, you may. I don't find a need myself. Door works nicely. It's solid. It's secure. You can lock it. Now, with the pipes I've used, I can actually just push a little button there, and it locks in. So now we have our stove on the top, but we're going to want something to prevent rain and stuff from going straight in, and we need wind. So I'm going to do something like this, just not so big. Out of this piece here, the electric pipe I had, I'm going to grind a nice little ring in here with a grinder. The right size, I know this can fit in, and I will make a little notch like this as well, and then the smoke comes up and out like a rain cap, and you can put it on or not as you need, and that way you don't suppress your fire from rain down inside your chimney. Hey folks, so I went and gone and I put a couple holes, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 on that side to help encourage the airflow to come in under the fire, so the air comes in underneath and comes out of the chimney. Now, what we do want to be able to do is actually control the airflow better than that. So what we're planning on doing is a couple holes, perhaps about here, off to the side of the door, and varying sizes, kind of in an arc like this. We're going to take a piece of sheet metal I have here, and we're going to make a bit of a thing to go up, cover it, and reveal it, so that as you open it up, you have larger holes, more air, and as you close it, obviously less. And so we're going to use that to control the fire. A similar mechanism, similar to this, just simple. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Hey folks, I've got my propane tank stove here. Got the vents off to the side right there. Chimney all the way up 2 lengths, about 4 feet, 5 feet. Seems pretty stable even if I give it a good shove on the chimney stack. So this height of chimney, it's quite stable. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. Then I'm going to put some of these small sticks on top of that. A couple of them spread out. A bit of a hatch pattern. Like so. Let's see inside, can we? Anyway, that's how it is. And then I'm going to put some fine shavings on top of that to encourage fire. Nice tinder bundle, if you will, or even if you won't. And then a couple of these on top. I don't want to put too much in, smother it before it burns, but there it is. Now take a long lighter and give us a go. That's paper light, that'll be helpful. There we go. She's starting. And it's burning. Let's get a little heat on a nice cold day like today. It's been minus 12 Celsius to minus 14 all day. There's a little fire inside. Don't come on. There's our chimney. That's the original hole. I don't have the side vents open yet, so I might as well open them nice and up and get a little more heat coming through there. There's our vents. And so, there we go. That seems to work rather just fine. So I'm just going to let this burn for a bit and then we'll see where we're at. There you go, now you guys can see it. Working quite well out the chimney top, which is wonderful. So there it is. And you still can't see it in this angle, but works well. Works very well. Well, folks, there it is. The door's not quite all the way shut. It does go with it all the way shut and chase out the chimney, but I think just a few more side holes or larger venting holes off the side, possibly a second set on this side maybe. It's just not quite enough airflow when the fire's just starting to be able to shut it down right away and close the door without it going out. I mean, it doesn't go out, but it gets pretty low, which may not be a bad thing, but a little more venting would give you better control of it, really. So, as I did on the one side here with these holes here, I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then I can have the control and the amount of air I need inside. For the rest, it seemed to work really well. Really well. I'm very, very happy with it. And it works, which is the point. And it provides some pretty nice heat on a cold day like this. So until next time, folks, this is Jay for Jay's Outdoor Fun, saying just keep it real and try not to get dead. Later.